Okay, guys, my name is Donnell Maurice Tiggs, and I have my special guest and good friend and fellow networker, or Mrs. Fellow Networker, I should say, or fellowette networker, Miss Louise Gamble of Focus Woman. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Today, guys, I'm actually interviewing Louise Gamble again, but this time we're going to be talking a little bit about attraction marketing, and to be a little bit more specific, we're going to be talking about magnetic sponsoring. Louise and I have spoken about attraction marketing. We've spoke about recruiting. We spoke about lead generation. We've spoken pretty much about everything there is to know about network marketing. So Louise thought it would be a great idea to do a review of a product called Magnetic Sponsoring to help out network marketers who need help into recruiting, lead generation, capture pages, and just understanding marketing and how to attract the right types of people in your business. Now, with that being said, Louise, are we ready to get started?
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And I want to say thank you, too, for taking the time out to do these interviews with us and stuff like that, because what that does, that teaches a lot of our followers and listeners about different types of services and products and reviews that you're doing and what's going on in the field. And again, guys, with that being said, let me go ahead and get into the interview. Louise, my first question is, what is magnetic sponsoring?
Okay. Well, you know what? Now, magnetic sponsoring is actually about generating and increasing value to others as well as around the world.
Okay. Okay. So you got your copy of magnetic sponsoring, and I mean, like, what is it like? I mean, as far as the pages, is it a pretty long? Is it a book? Is it CDs? Is it something that's really long to read? Is it hard to understand? Or tell us about that.
Well, you know what? Now, my personal experience with magnetic sponsoring was it was very easy friendly, user friendly, if you would say. It provides you a couple options. You can also get when you make the initial investment, you also have videos that you can view. You also can get, if you're a lot like myself, I'm hands on, so you do have the option to get a work course book as well. That you can actually get and kind of keep in your directory. And then, of course, they also have where you can upload the information and you can, go through the different chapters.
Okay.
So it's rather informative and it brings quite a bit of value to marketer.
Okay. Um, do you think cold calling still works, or do you think it's dead?
Well, you know what? Now, cold calling is, I would say it's outdated. Simply because when you call a person and they don't really know who you are, because we all have this mindset and kind of think we, are got to do this now. We got to do this now. We're on the move. Got to take the kids to the baseball game. You got to go, to a meeting tonight. You may have a course that you're taking at the university. I mean, we all kind of feel like on the track, fast
Right.
track to where.
Right.
Because
Right.
at the end of the day, I mean, how much money you gonna really make out of all of that, time, going to nowhere.
Right.
So what I would say to that is, those individuals pretty much feel themselves that they really don't have time, and the reason they feel that they don't have time is simply because they don't know you. They don't really know, who you are. They don't know the value that you bring to them. They don't actually know what it is and how vitally important this information is and how it could change their life for the rest of their life.
Wow.
So for that reason, they're a little bit less acceptable to take the time and have you to, share some very great, important information with them, just a few moments over the phone.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, well, that leads me to my next question. Why is target marketing key?
Okay. Well, you know what? And my honest opinion as far as the target marketing, and I'm sure those individuals who are out there, interacting with people every day, they would certainly agree with me. Target marketing is important because what I have found personally is when you're actually a marketer, you want to attract and work with individuals like yourself. Those individuals who have the right mindset, they have goals, they have a game plan. They want to attract individuals who are looking to have a brighter future. They're looking for those individuals who are trainable, teachable, coachable, and who wants to take the time, because we all have the same amount of time in our day as the next person, but it's how we choose to use the time that really matters.
Okay. Okay. Um, what would you tell a network marketer or any marketer how to properly get invited?
You know what? That's actually a great question. How to get invited? I would say mainly inviting an individual is mainly, and one of the key components is getting to know that individual.
Okay.
And the reason I say getting invited is getting to know is simply because when people know you, they trust you, they feel like you bring value to them, you can help them to perhaps move to the next level. You're a fun type person, but at the same time, you're all about business as well. So to invite an individual, when they feel comfortable in your environment, they feel like you have, some valuable things that you can share with them. There's things they can learn from you that will help them to get to the next level. When a person feels comfortable in your environment, they're more likely to follow you, and they are also, a little bit more susceptible to the advice that you would provide them.
Okay. Okay. And you know what? I like that, and it does make a lot of sense. I mean, I remember when I first got involved in network marketing and MLM, and I was doing the hotel meeting thing. I don't do that anymore, but when I was doing it back in the day, it just wasn't working for me. And I remember I was having such a hard time to get people to come out to my Thursday night events or my Tuesday night trainings or whatever the case may be. So I'm kind of glad you touched on that a little bit. So what would you tell anybody what to do now? I mean, if they had to do it right now, what would that be?
Right. Now, what I would say to those individuals is what to do now. One thing, you want to make sure that you're a well diverse individual. You want to feel that, regardless of what challenge or individual you may be confronted with, that you actually can bring them value. You have some, very potent information that you can share with them, things that's going to help them feel like, wow, I'm so glad I called you, kind of thing. Because again, people don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. So again, as a marketer, we always want to always be thinking about the individual and what value, what service, and what way can we make their life and their future better.
That was powerful. I like that answer. That was very powerful. So let me ask you another question. What has caused people to communicate differently today?
Well, I think one of the major components that has caused all of us to, look at the way we communicate with individuals is mainly because of, we live in the technology age. If you would, agree with me, when we go back about 10, 15 years ago as to how we used to communicate compared to how we communicate today, and, in my own, experience 10, 15 years ago, I mainly, I would email individuals. I would send out a postcard. I would pick up the phone call and, pick up the phone and just make a quick call and, chat with an individual and, mainly just kind of touch base. Hey, what's going on kind of thing? Or, are you going to the training, this week or, whatever my reason of calling would be. But, people rarely, communicate that way. People now are texting. They may actually, send a Twitter message to the individual. They may post, what's going on in their work or their family, their career on Facebook. And, people kind of communicate more so social media opposed to, tangibly taking that time, to connect or meet or, hang out with your friends. I mean, everybody is on the fast track to, just sitting back and utilizing the tools.
Okay. So with that being said, what do you think is a benefit of developing a relationship with a prospect, and why is it so important?
Okay. Now, the benefit of developing and building relationships is mainly because, you build trust. You build, people begin to like, perhaps some certain things about you that they see, that you exude, or even you may even, have some type of personality trait that they would even like to, perhaps even improve or mimic or even start to use. So, people are mainly,
think is the benefit of developing a relationship with a prospect, and why is it so important?
Okay, great, great. Sorry about that. Okay, now benefit. Talking about the benefit. The reason it's so important to build that relationship with the individual because it does it brings value to the individual and a lot of times, as I was saying earlier, sometimes they can see certain habits or certain systems that you use that they know by learning to use those certain tools, or even it may be presentation, even the way you present yourself. Individuals sometimes will mimic or duplicate, if I will, as to what they see you, do, or tools that you use, or how you approach an individual. So, benefits by bringing, by being around those individuals and, bringing value to them, it actually also brings, benefits. And by being able to bring those benefits as well as value, those individuals feel, more comfortable in your environment. They feel that, they can learn something from you. So they're more likely to want to do business. They're more likely to want to hang around and, perhaps take advice, from you at the same time.
Okay. Okay. Man, that was an that was an awesome answer. I just as you're talking and you're telling me this, I'm just remembering, all the hard times that I had, and maybe some other network marketers who are listening to this interview can relate to what I'm talking about. But I remember all the hard, difficult times that I had as an upcoming network marketer recruiting people,
Okay.
or inviting people, or even understanding that you had to build a relationship with people first before you can actually make a sale. And everything that you're saying is making so much sense. I mean,
Mm.
I've read the Magnetic Sponsor, and I would recommend anybody who is serious about building their business to invest money in themselves by getting this book from Louise, and I'll put the link down there at the bottom, and you can purchase it from her page, her website, her blog, Magnetic Sponsoring. And I think there's also a guarantee and about that too. And if you purchase Magnetic Sponsoring through Louise's link, okay, get this, guys, you get a 12-month guarantee. Let me repeat that. You get a 12-month guarantee if you purchase Magnetic Sponsoring through Louise's link. And I really, really like that. And I have another question for you,
Okay.
Louise. How do you advance your skills and confidence and your posture in the marketing industry?
Okay. And that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Now, what I would recommend is, as far as to advancing yourself in the marketing industry, one is you always want to be willing to be a student because, in the marketing industry, things are always changing. So you always want to know that you're, in tune, you're up to speed, you're, familiar with, what's the latest and the greatest. So what I would highly recommend is always, surround yourself with good tools, books, tapes, being able to and willing to make the investment to attend, workshops and seminars and, things of that sort, as well as, partnering with individuals who are already having the type of success that you, would like to have.
Okay.
And I can assure you, with developing those type of habits and putting yourself, in position to win, you will certainly, have tremendous success in your marketing business.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm not going to take any more of your time, Louise Gamble, Focused Woman. And that is, can you tell us too, before we go, where can people reach you at? What's the name of your blog again, or your blog website address?
Okay. Now, what I will say is, I certainly appreciate, having you to spend this time with us. We appreciate, you being here today. What I would say to you, if you'd like to get additional information, you can certainly go to my blog. It's LouiseGambleFocusWoman.com. And, take action. Click on that link below, and I can assure you your experience as far as to, developing those relationships, building your list, and being informed as to the new way of communicating and being an attraction to individuals that you would like to do business with. You certainly want to click on that link below. And if I can be of any further assistance, just, go to my blog, leave me a message, and the best way to communicate back with you via email, phone number, or whatever information you would, or way you would like that I contact you, and I'll be, willing to do so. And I certainly look forward to talking to you.
Louise, before we go too, I keep thinking of things. I just got a message from somebody on the on this call, and they wanted to know if you would be so kind to give us your phone number. Would you? Is that okay to ask your phone number? And what I'll do is I'll just post it on the video.
Sure. Well, you know what? You can also reach me. You can reach me at 954-775-5213. Now, be aware if for any reason I'm with another client or prospect at the time and I don't respond, just leave me a detailed message and the best time to call you, and I'll be certain to, touch base with you. And I look forward to speaking with you.
Okay, awesome. Can you give us that number one more time?
Sure. That number is 954-775-5213.
Okay, and I'm also actually texting somebody back right now. Guys, do me a favor, please, 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 for me, do not over bombard Mrs. Gamble. She is extremely busy. She is a top producer in her network marketing company, and I would appreciate you guys if you guys don't. I mean, it's okay to call her, obviously, but just don't call, after a certain time, and just be courteous of her time and so forth and so forth. But Louise, that's going to be the end of this call. And again, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to interview you about magnetic sponsoring. And before we go, would you like to say any more last words about anything?
Yes, there is. And thank you so much, Mr. Teagues. I would like to say to my audience, guys, stay tuned. I will be doing a series of information concerning magnetic sponsoring, keeping you in tune, as to the information that is readily available to you. So stay tuned for the next video. Look forward to seeing you there.
Okay. And that'll about wrap it up. Guys, this is Donhill Maurice Tiggs, and this is Miss Louise Gamble. Thank you guys for being on a call tonight or today, whatever part of the country or world you're in. And we will see you on the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.